Christmas time is the time to create core Christmas memories, give meaningful gifts, and embrace the present moment. I don't know about you, but I just love the ambiance of Christmas lights. We just keep them on 24/7. In the mornings when I make my way into the living room, I love the glow that it gives me during my quiet time. Today I was brave enough to try homemade gingerbread cookies. They took 8 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cups of Crisco, 1 1/2 cups of brown sugar, 2 cups of corn syrup, which I didn't quite have enough, so I finished it off with molasses and it worked just fine. And then we just added spices, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger, and a half a teaspoon of clove, and a half a teaspoon of salt. You actually just microwave together the Crisco and the corn syrup and molasses until it's melted and combine it, and then you stir in your sugars. And once those are all mixed in really well, you can add your spices, and then very last, you're going to incorporate the flour.
Are you ready?
It's quite a bit of flour, and so I found that I had to help the boys stir in the last of it, and I ended up even dumping it on the counter and thoroughly mixing it through with my hands for quite a while to get all of the flour to absorb into it. This must be what really makes it good for construction. Then the recipe calls to chill the dough for 30 minutes, but I really don't think you need to, because then it also said that if it was too hard to roll out, that you could microwave it for 10 seconds, which is what we ended up doing. So maybe just leave it on the counter to soak up so that the liquids can soak up the flour, and don't refrigerate it. While that's resting, I just need to hurry up and finish wrapping my teacher gifts because tomorrow's the last day of school. I really enjoy giving gifts, and I like to give gifts to people so that they really feel known. And I like to personalize them and either make them something the person really loves, something very practical, or something that I truly just really enjoy and think the other person will enjoy. So this year, I have to tell you the funniest story. One of the teachers is one of our friends, and he has diabetes, and he was telling us how he kept hearing this clicking around the house, and for like 2 days he kept hearing this clicking. Well, turns out that he had a tack stuck in the bottom of his foot. Yes, a tack. And so he would hear the clicking and he'd stop to try and listen to hear where the clicking was coming from. And then as soon as he would stop, the clicking would stop. And it took him 2 days to realize that there was a tack in the bottom of his foot. So needless to say, I bought him a pair of house shoes so that wouldn't happen again. But then after I gave them to him, I thought, how funny would it have been for me to put a tack in the bottom of one of them, like on the side, so it didn't hurt him or anything, but so that he would hear the clicking. He would have laughed so hard. So that was kind of a fail. I should have done that. But I also did like just a super practical gift. One of the teachers really loves getting her nails done, so I got her gift card to her favorite nail salon. One of the teachers has a new house, and so I asked her if she needed anything, and she gave me a few ideas, and I ended up picking up some wall art for her. Another one of the teachers really likes cooking and cooks quite a bit, and so I picked her up one of my favorite skillets from Sam's. Hopefully she likes it as much as I do. And then I just picked up like a coffee mug with some chocolates in it and some different boxes of truffles and wrapped those, as well as some coffee that I like from Target, like organic coffee, and just put some bows around those to give out to the admin team and a few of the teachers that my kids have less often. If you're a teacher, I'd love to know what kind of gifts you really enjoy getting. We're so glad that it's finally cold enough to keep a fire in the fireplace. So my husband went out to the farm and picked up some firewood so that we could go ahead and get our daily fire going.
I want to play out for me.
It just broke apart whenever I rolled it out. So microwaving it for 10 or 15 seconds for each ball really helped make it more pliable so that I could actually get these rolled out with them without them cracking apart. The website I took this off of also had these nice printable wall cutouts. I believe that I used the small gingerbread houses. There was an option for like one big one or several small ones. So we did the several small ones so that each boy could have their own. Of course, you're just going to gather the scraps and put them in a ball and re-roll them out over and over again as you're making all of your parts to your houses. There's quite a bit of extra dough left over, so I got out my cookie cutters and I let the boys pick shapes of cookies that they wanted to use to decorate their houses as well. I used royal icing to be able to do the construction, and me and Dad did most of the construction on these houses. And once they were constructed, I whipped up some buttercream for the boys to decorate. I had about 3 colors that they could use. This red turned out pretty pink, but they didn't mind. And I had a handful of different types of sprinkles, especially Christmas ones, lo and behold, and they used those to decorate the houses. They really had a great time. The sticky kitchen is worth it because of the core memories that my kids are going to have from this year. I'm really glad that I had all the ingredients to do this last minute gingerbread project on a whim, but now I'm ready to settle in. What core memories are you going to make this year with your kids?